how hard is it making a movie with no stars and about a mute Mexican boy that's being sold into or bonded into human trafficking?
It's harder than getting rectal surgery 1,000 times.
Wow. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Gray Area Podcast. I'm your host, Maximilian Decker, and today, joining us on the Gray Area Podcast, we have writer-director Mo Ramchandani to the movie City of Dreams, and we have the lead actor, Ari Lopez, from City of Dreams. Guys, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you so much.
We know each other.
Unfortunately.
Fuck. Yeah, we know each other. We know each other for a while. Yeah. And now
totally.
you kind of have this big-ass movie coming out, right? I mean, how does this feel? I mean, and it's a real movie. Like, can I just say that?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I don't know. It's hard to hear that it's a big ass movie because, everyone has told me for so long it's a small nothing movie.
Right,
so it's
but I
kind of
should rephrase that. I mean, like, it has like a real message is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Like, there's a real message behind
Absolutely.
it. For those of you that don't know, City of Dreams is about trafficking, human trafficking. And for you to bring that to light, I mean, that's just such a big task, when you say.
Yeah. I mean, it's the story of a young boy from Mexico whose dreams are to be a soccer star. And he's sort of sold to a sweatshop in downtown Los Angeles.
Now, this is you. This is you. You're Jesus, right? The character's name is Jesus, and you get sold. What was the process of you finding him? Because, I mean, this is your protagonist. This is the kid. Yeah.
I mean, I looked, it's interesting. I looked for kids for a year. And I won't say who, but there was a kid at the time who had been in a movie that was Oscar nominated and had some heat. And he came into the casting with a hat on, a fedora and a diamond earring. And his t-shirt said, money, P-word, weed. And he was like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, I feel like Hollywood got him.
You mean pussy? Is that what he had? Is that what the shirt said? Get your pussy.
So it was hard. And then eventually I opened up casting in Mexico City. And we were like 2 months from shooting and the producers weren't happy about spending money not knowing that I didn't have the kid because obviously the kid is in every shot.
I mean, I'm going to say like they should be worried if you have the lead kid, right? But I mean,
exactly.
Right. So then you just kind of like see him or like tapes or?
No. So I went to Mexico City and there was a casting director and I had kids come in and because the character in the movie is a mute.
Right.
I did almost like a meditation visualization where I just put the camera on them.
Okay.
And I gave them sort of guidance. I gave them visualizations and I would watch how they reacted.
Wow. This sounds like David O. Russell like shit. Does that make, it sounds like it's like you put it through the rig. So then you're getting put through like this process. You're one of the kids. You come in. You're supposed to play mute.
Yeah.
And then it's like, he's like, let me put you through a meditative process.
It was crazy because, I mean, before the movie, I just did like short films, 2 days,
How many?
5.
Like how many short films?
Oof, I would say like 30. Something
That's
like
a lot.
that.
That's a lot. That's a lot of short films, though.
But like shooting 2 days, 5 days max.
Right.
So I mean, nothing like that, and not a mute character.
Right.
So even when I got the self tape, it was kind of scary because the same, no words, just reactions. So I was like, oh, how do I do this? So I sent the self tape. I traveled a couple of times to Mexico City.
Right.
I met Mo. Then he made me this audition. He recorded me on his phone, and he just gave me like situations. He gave me he told me like a story.
Right.
And it was just me reacting to that.
And what's the point when you're like in that audition process with him? Does he come in and you're like, that's him, he's arrived? Or was there a moment that you had with a connection with him in the process that goes, this is fucking him?
So for me, when he came in, I was like, that's him, except because he was exactly what I was looking for in terms of the look. But I was like, okay, now is he how are we going to connect? And is he able to be vulnerable? Is his instrument open at all? Because he was young. He was 14 years old.
Right.
And he blew me out of the water.
So, and how old are you now?
Now I'm 20. I was 14.
Oh my God. And he has gray hair. This is what you do to people. So if you do a Mo Ramchandani movie, you're going to come out 10 years older. So then you get him, you hire him, and then you give him the script. And this script, it's based on true events of what's happening right now.
It's inspired by many, many cases.
What was the main case that you said, I got to make this film? What was it?
The thing that, the case that triggered it was the 1995 El Monte sweatshop case.
Right.
That was the one that led to sweatshop reform. But I didn't want to make a film based on a true story, because what happens is then people feel like, you get locked into that story exactly. Right. I wanted to take creative liberties so that I could give the maximum amount of emotional impact.
Right.
So what I did was I saw that case, and then I read other cases, and I started working with the Labor Department. My friend Ruben Rosales, who's the head of the West Coast Department of Labor, started sending me cases before the mainstream media was reporting on this. Everything sort of turned in February 2023 last year when Hannah Dreier at the New York Times did an expose about migrant children being exploited in the supply chains of some of the biggest corporations.
And that's happening in the United States.
That's right.
Right now.
Right now. There's 300,000 children. Now they're saying there's 500,000 children. When the report came out, it was 300,000 children had gone missing, and many of them have been sold into labor trafficking and sex trafficking.
Now, and is it just people are turning the other way about this? Is it just they have a lot of money, or what's going on for people to be like, there's that house down there?
I think part of it is a lack of awareness. You know, I mean, I believe in people, and if you look at where we were 100 years ago as humanity and where we are today, I think we've made strides. And I think when people collectively get together and say enough, things change. And so that's why I made the movie, because I was hoping that I do my bit as a filmmaker and I make something that gets people to say enough.
There's two parts of a question I guess I want to ask you. How hard is it making a movie with no stars and about a mute Mexican boy that's being sold into or bonded into human trafficking? How on a degree of 1 to 10, how hard is that?
It's harder than getting rectal surgery 1,000 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so, what's the pushback you get? It's like, there's no stars. Like, I don't have Brad Pitt. Like, nobody's going to watch it. So,
all of that. No werewolves, no superheroes, no movie stars. Get out of my office.
Wow. So you got kicked out of a lot of offices.
Oh, yeah.
Laughed out, maybe?
Yeah, there were people looking at me like, you're an idiot.
Right.
And there was a lot of people saying, hey, why don't you do a genre movie? Why don't you do a horror movie or thriller? I think the hardest part was...
Do a horror film.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting? This is a horror film. Like for me, and what I mean by that is I'm not an independent movie sort of guy. Like I grew up in Hong Kong. I didn't watch independent movies. I watched the things that made it to the multiplex. I'm a Spielberg Zemeckis guy. Those are my influences.
Right.
So when I made the film, I purposely said I'm not making a docudrama. Like Slumdog Millionaire, City of God, Innocent Voices. These were the sort of movies that inspired me. And those Slumdog and City of God are moving trains. They have a pace to them. They have a kinetic energy, and they're almost genre movies in a way. And so that's the decision that I made, that I wanted to make something more genre.
I watched your film and I was like, this is like There Will Be Blood meets Apocalypto meets Passion of the Christ. No. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so, you're such an emotional storyteller.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't talk, and I'm crying in the middle of the movie when he's kissing, I'm not going to say so much, but like that moment you have with the lead actress's name is
Renata.
She is beautiful and she is so talented, and so are you. You guys, like, little dialogue, but those shots in that moment and the emotion that you made me feel. It's kind of like how does that happen? Please. Was that kind of like what you envisioned in that moment? For you, like.
Well, so, that's interesting that you bring that up. Here's what happened. I'm a big believer in true connection, true emotional connection. And I'd actually cast another actress for the role of Elena, the character.
Oh, is this who you told me that I know that you cast that?
No,
No,
I don't know
it's
what you're talking about.
It's something else.
It's something else.
Okay,
So
I don't know
there
what I'm
was,
talking about.
There was another actress cast, but I had cast Renata to play another role in the movie that had already started shooting. And every day at lunch, he would be flirting with her. And so I saw that chemistry and I was like, and she's older than him.
Let's have him explain this. So
he denies it.
So
he denies
is this
it.
what actresses are going to look forward to? If you have lunch with Ari and flirt with him, the director will fire the lead actress and you will be the lead. No,
by the way, I didn't fire anyone because we didn't have any kind of contract or anything. It was just more like I saw the chemistry and this other person and their team was being difficult, and the producers were like, "Oh, we still don't have a deal." And I was like, "Okay." On the one hand, I sort of follow the universe. Yeah. And when I see a blockage here and an opening here,
right,
I maneuver.
Yeah, you kind of like the universe does talk to. I think Spielberg says that. Like if you listen close enough, it whispers to you.
Right.
And then that was kind of happening, except he was whispering in her ear, and that's kind of what went down. So was it Jesus attracted to her, or was it like what was going on?
Jesus was totally attracted to her, but
I see why.
No, Jesus. Jesus, dude. I mean,
so you weren't attracted to her at all.
So
you don't think? Okay, whoa.
No,
you don't think she's pretty?
She's pretty.
Okay,
she's very pretty.
She's beautiful. She's a great person. She's a great actress.
Yeah,
dude.
But I wasn't flirting with her. Like, I will always deny it. Because
I will always deny it.
Because
wow,
every woman I was talking to on set, he would say I was flirting.
But
with
by
her.
the way, he was flirting with the script supervisor, with the first KC.
See?
But his favorite. However, if you saw it, you would get it.
Okay.
You can tell when. I mean, and I would just say Renata was his favorite.
Okay. All right. So let's kind of get back into like your team of your film and everything. You have monsters on your team behind you now. You have Vivek Ramaswamy as an EP. You have Tony Robbins. You have if I want list
Luis Fonsi.
I mean Despacito, the guy that did that, and then he's like also I believe working on your music also.
Well, he sang the title song for the film.
Jeez, man. Like, so how do you go from getting laughed, saying you're crazy out of offices, and then now you've got this? How did they all start to get involved?
It was building blocks, and it's kind of a longer story. I'll try and condense it as much as I can.
Yeah, give me the cliff notes.
But we, last February, even further back when the movie was finished in October of 2022, there was nobody. And I was in Mexico City, and I've told this story many times. I was very depressed. I was very lonely. I lost my mom.
Right.
And somebody, a healer friend of mine, said, you should talk to your mom. And I started texting her on WhatsApp, and she's been dead like 3 years. And I was like, hey, I feel very alone and lost. I don't know what to do. And I had a dream, and she said, listen, help is coming. Help is coming to you. And the next day I went, to work on the sound of my movie. And at the same studio, Luis Mandoki was editing his film. Now, Luis Mandoki, he directed When a Man Loves a Woman, Message in a Bottle, Angel Eyes with J-Lo. Like he's, but one of his earlier films, Innocent Voices, was Mexico's entry to the Academy Awards. Wow. And it was an inspiration for me. So I just walked up to him and I was like, hey, Luis, I'm a big fan of yours and I'd love for you to watch my film. And he did, and he really liked it. And he sort of gave me notes and helped me through the post-production process. So I asked him to be an executive producer on the movie, and he agreed. And then he brought Yalitza Aparicio, who's the Oscar-nominated actress, the lead actress of Roma, and she was moved by the film. But then I came back to the US and I still wasn't getting a lot of traction. People were like, oh, okay, there was some announcements about Yalitza and Luis and all this. And what happened was I started going to yoga every day. And one day in the changing room, this older gentleman comes out of the shower and he's completely naked. And he looks at me and he goes, hey, kid, can you get me a towel? And I don't know why I said it, but I was like, yes, I can, but I need you to watch my movie. Wow. And he's like, wow. So I get him the towel, and I get him to watch the movie, and he calls me up and he loved the movie and he said he would support me, and he became an executive producer. And his name is Michael Phillips, and he produced
Taxi
The
Cab
Sting,
Driver.
Taxi Driver, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
He's won an Oscar, a Palme d'Or. He brought Guillermo del Toro to America. He produced his first American movie, which was Mimic. And, you know, when he came on, it was like almost a blessing of, okay, you did an okay job, and so now you have the confidence to sort of keep going. You know, then my friend Thomas Jane came on after that to help me. And then after that, Mayor Karen Bass decided to have a screening in, you know, last year in September for Latino Heritage Month.
Oh, that's cool.
At LAPD. And at that screening, the two co-presidents of Roadside Attractions, Howard Cohen and Eric Darbeloff, they came, they agreed to give me a release. And their release initially wasn't going to be huge because, you know, in their mind, it was like, hey, this is, you know, this sort of film with no stars and whatever it is more you platform release it out. But Sound of Freedom had come out, and that movie had done so well.
That made an opening for you.
It made an opening for me, and I felt like we deserved a bigger release. So from there, I started looking for money. I started looking for more money so that
and
we
this
had
is
money.
after you shot the film, you started looking for more money.
This is 1.5 years after I shot the film.
Wow.
Because I went through a period where no one wanted the film.
Because nobody really talks about this. You need money even after you make the film.
Well, not necessarily, because Netflix could buy your movie, Warner Brothers could buy your movie. In this case, we were passed on by a bunch of places.
Got it.
And so once a couple of the streamers passed, I stopped going to the studios. I was like, and then Sound of Freedom came out, and I was like, and they went through the same journey.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go find the money. And somehow through some connection, I was introduced to Sean Wolfington, who's one of the executive producers of Sound of Freedom, and he orchestrated part of their marketing strategy, and he fell in love with the film. And he's friends with Tony Robbins, and he's friends with Vivek Ramaswamy, and he's friends with Luis Fonsi. Now, that doesn't mean he was going to get them all, but he sort of introduced me, and, you know, Tony's been a hero of mine. Like during very dark times, I've, you know, listened to his YouTube videos and stuff. So to have him come on, and not only just lend his name, but he's relentless.
Yeah, he's the pioneer of coaching people and coaching billionaires. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
that's who he mentors, right?
Absolutely. And what's been amazing about him is he's so busy, but he has such a big heart. I mean, I talk to him every day. I mean, he's been on the film. He's brought so many other people to support our film. It's insane, you know? And then from there, Vivek came. You know, when Vivek came in, obviously Hollywood is a very, you know, they're very leftist here. I personally am registered as an independent. You know, I've been Democrat at times. And I told Vivek, I said, look, man, I love you. You're Indian, you're a Hindu, and you have been very successful, and you've decided that you want to give up your time and resources to do better for your country. Now, people may not agree with your opinion. I may not agree with all your opinions, but I can respect that. And he was like, you know, Mo, I don't believe this is an issue about the left or the right.
Yeah.
This is about children. And that's what I love about him. Is
I like Vivek Ramaswamy. I think he's
an amazing
He
human
goes
being.
on the Breakfast Club and dismantles all those people.
He's an amazing human being, and so is Tony Robbins. And,
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
so, yeah.
And so, I mean, in this process of making this film about human trafficking, did you find anything or discover anything on the journey in taking on the film as an actor and a director more that you didn't know that was happening?
I mean, first, like as an actor, I most of what I know now is thanks to this role and thanks to this movie and thanks to this director.
Right.
What
are the things that you were like, oh, I didn't know this was happening?
I mean, I think we all know what human trafficking is.
Right.
I think we know like just the tip of the iceberg of what human trafficking really is.
Right.
So after doing this movie and while doing this movie, this opened my eyes, because it's shocking that right now there's more slaves than any other time in history. So yeah, I mean, it's such an honor being part of such an important movie, because it's not only for like entertaining and for this movie can open eyes, and it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to this horrible reality, and I mean, from now on, I think I'll do more. I'll do whatever I can do to change this, and I hope that people, after watching this film, do whatever they can do, because everyone can do something from their own life context.
Is that maybe buying less certain brands of clothing?
I mean, even talking about it, it's doing something,
So what's something that happens in the movie? Like, I guess, can you talk about this? What happens? What's the interaction of him being taken? Like, does he pay? Like, is there a coyote involved? Is like what kind of happens in this type of abduction or this type of interaction?
So in our movie, it's a very different story because whenever you think about
Human trial. I think about coyotes. I
right,
think about cartel,
exactly.
coyote.
And there have been a lot of movies about that, right?
For sure.
Jonas Cuarón made Desierto, and that was about with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and it was about Gael Garcia Bernal, I think, was in there. Right. So
yeah,
I seen that had been done. I found a case where passports were being faked. So in this film, it's that simple. But he's going under the pretense of eventually he's going to be sent to this soccer camp after he's sort of paid off his debt of being transported to the United States. And of course, that was all untrue.
So the character plays soccer. I know that.
I
know that. I'm trying to create suspense. So you play soccer?
No.
I don't, but I had to take soccer lessons.
What?
Yeah.
He plays video games.
Who taught him? Did
Milton? He's the one who trained all the soccer players for the Club de Cuervos TV show.
Oh wow!
For Netflix, yeah.
Wow.
So he trained me. He's really cool, and he taught me a lot because I was lost.
Did you have to start running and you have to start doing drills and everything?
Yeah.
Wow, so you got in soccer shape for this.
Yeah, I also had
which you do
sewing
a lot of
lessons.
You do a lot of running in the movie.
Yeah.
He does a lot of running in the movie.
Yeah.
He's fast.
Yeah.
So was it hard keeping up with him? I think you have the longest chase scene in cinematic history, maybe.
I don't know. I mean, it's long. It's a bunch of different shots stitched together to be in one take.
No.
I mean, it was actually much longer. We cut a couple sections out of it.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you might as well go for the record. I mean, when you're doing it, you're like, let's go, let's go for it.
No. I do think, in terms of a one-er chase scene, I think Extraction beat us with Chris Hemsworth. Of course, that's $100 million movie.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. Didn't see it. Did you see Extraction?
No, I haven't.
There you go. Pound it out.
I'll see
$100 million movie.
Personally, I loved Extraction.
Of course.
It was definitely, it was solid. You know?
Okay.
So
I mean, you got haters now. You come on, no. You make it. People are like, get out of here. You don't know what you're doing. Da 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 da. You're gonna cast Ari Lopez. Who's Ari Lopez? So do you have some haters now?
Yeah, look, a lot of people in the industry said to me, "Who wants to see a movie about a mute Mexican kid?" And I had, like I said, no superheroes, no werewolves, no movie stars. But what I recognized, this is what I thought was interesting. I recognize that a small collection of people in the industry decide which artist's voice gets to be heard by the world.
Oh, got you.
And that's not the case. Like in India, my cousin's a producer.
Right.
He does domestic on his movies. It's the same in Hong Kong. Producers in other industries don't rely on a third party to take their movie and distribute it.
Yeah.
And so at that point I went, the opinions of these few people, and the irony is they get it wrong most of the time. And so I wasn't, and I like to get analytical.
Right.
And when I look at the people that run the media business or whatever you want to call it, and this is just a fact, they, in some respects, are financially less successful than any other vertical, any other industry. So if you look at tech, auto, fashion, retail. It doesn't matter what it is. And you look at the people that run those industries,
Right.
they can buy and sell anyone at Hollywood at a loss. So the truth is, if you're getting involved in making movies, I think you're doing it because you're an artist and you have something to say.
Right.
And you have and there's a lot of people that work in the industry that aren't interested in that. They're interested in making money. And I think a lot of them are not very good at making money. Some of them are, some of them are great.
But see, I disagree. I think you made a movie with a superhero. Well, not a superhero, but a hero, and who Jesus reminds me a lot about. And I don't know if you did this on purpose or whatever. He reminds me of Rocky. Because I mean, this kid at every turn, you beat his ass. I mean, he just emotionally, like he endures everything. For those of you, I mean, I really am passionate when I say you should see this movie because it is like no other, and it's gonna have its own voice in cinematic history, I think. But I mean, you're like Rocky to me. I mean, you're not doing the boxing, but he literally, you cannot stop this kid.
He made me watch Rocky, and
Did you really?
Of course.
Did you really?
Of course.
What's the tie to that? Did you feel like Rocky?
totally,
Yeah.
totally,
Yeah.
like a fighter, of course. Jesus is a fighter. Rocky's a fighter.
Yeah, you don't stay
And
down.
sometimes whenever we got stuck on a scene, we would go out and watch a Rocky scene. Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
What- I
and it
mean,
worked.
So what's the
So, when I was growing up, my dad, he had three very simple rules. He said, you get straight A's, you stay out of trouble, and you marry an Indian girl. And if you do these three things and you commit to them, you can have whatever you want. I will get you anything. We go to Toys R Us, you pick out. He goes, however, if you get one B, you have to choose between the belt and the stick.
Wow.
And that's how I grew up. That's how me and my brother grew up. And look, I was a C student. And
Wow, you got the belt.
no, forget Indian girl.
What
No
did you-
girl's gonna
hold-
have
no,
me.
No, hold on. Was it the belt or the stick? What did you pick?
It was the belt. There's no two ways about it.
There we go. I was the belt too.
And
There we
and
go.
and as a 12-year-old kid, I was suicidally depressed. I was not happy in my life, and I was bullied a lot at home and at school.
Right.
And my neighbor brought over Rocky. And I saw Rocky get pounded through the movie. And I'll never forget round 14, he gets knocked down and Mickey tells him to stay down and he gets up back on his feet.
20 rounds? Who does 20 rounds in boxing?
15.
50. Oh, it's 15. Okay.
It was 15. So round 14, he gets knocked down. And that moment changed my life. I was like, all right, I'm never going to give up. That was a lesson my father should have taught me.
Wow.
That should have been more important than marrying an Indian girl and the rest of that. And so I knew then. I was like, look, I'm going to move to America one day and I'm going to make movies and I'm going to inspire people. And so, yeah, I mean, look, when he's got, and actually Tony Robbins is the only person that made the connection. He was like, Mo, at the end when he's got his eye all swollen and stuff.
No, yeah,
I was like, that's
exactly.
round 14
I
in
was like,
Rocky.
did you have the makeup artist from Rocky or like a protege? Because that's exactly. Okay, well, you know what? Let's show them a clip from the movie so they can check this out. You guys are gonna check this out real quick. Go ahead. Let's see it.
Este es Jesús para que le enseñes su cuarto. Él es tu jefe. Haz lo que él te dice.
Is there a problem, officer?
Kind of busy shin.
You're never gonna let us leave.
Just got a call from the mayor's office.
Request for a warrant denied. I'd quit poking around.
This is America.
City of Dreams, rated R. Now playing.
Okay, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot, and it's, and I mean, is it predominantly shot all inside? Is there any days where there's some shots where you come outside of it, but like, I guess the part to that is they're in there and they don't see the light of day. I mean, because I feel when I watch that, I feel claustrophobic.
Right.
Is that on purpose? Are you trying?
Well, no, we just saw a clip. So that particular clip might have made you feel claustrophobic.
Well, it made me feel claustrophobic and unsafe for sure. But I guess, what is it as you're putting the movie out there that you want to accomplish with this? Like, what's the ultimate goal for you, the filmmaker and, the lead actor? Like, what would become, I fucking did it.
I think if people saw this and they got inflamed and they devoted their time and resources to collectively being part of the mission to put an end to this, however that happens, in the government, on social media, on TV, protest rallies, you know, whatever that, all of the above, that would be success for me.
Ari?
The same. If I see people talking about it, that's 100% success for me. Like,
Yeah. Just don't like look past it.
yeah.
Yeah, brush it
Yeah,
by.
exactly.
Yeah. How do you prepare for a role like this? What's the preparation process?
I had no idea how to play a mute character. So I came to Mo and I asked him, like, what do I do? Because I have no idea. And he gave me a simple idea. He told me, well, Jesus thinks, just like we all do. He talks to himself in his mind. And that was a pretty big realization to me. So we went through like every frame in the movie. And we wrote down like every thought that Jesus was having at that moment. So when we were shooting, I had like that thing going.
You had your subtext going on.
Exactly.
You wrote his subtext out. That's
Exactly.
what you did for him to think out.
Yeah, and also
which Tarantino does too, by the way. Like, so great
Awesome.
company. Yeah.
and I would get stuck like plenty of times. So Mo would just talk to me while shooting. He didn't care like about the sound guys. They would get mad, but he didn't care, and he would just tell me like the audition. He would just give me situations, and
that was the process of the audition,
Yeah.
just situation.
exactly, and me
situation.
reacting to that.
And then was it one audition that he did for you in front of you and you just knew it, or was there several?
No, so he sent over a self-tape.
Got it.
And then when I went to Mexico City, we did an audition and then we sat down and had a chat. And I said, I'm going to come back. And I gave him some homework to do. And I said, I want you, you know, he could speak English, but he wasn't as good as he is now.
Yeah.
I
And so
talked like a caveman.
No.
Yeah,
I came back a month later
I wouldn't worry about
and it was like it was crazy. It was like he was speaking English, no problem.
Right.
And then I wanted to also see how he thinks, because that was important to me. So I was there with one of my producers and I said, Ari, here's what I want you to do. I want you to convince this guy to lend you $5,000. Go. Like, I want to see what you do. And so he goes, he's talking to the producer and he goes, hey man, how you doing? Hey, you having a good day and stuff? He's like, I actually called to invite you over for dinner, but unfortunately what happened is my grandmother got really sick and she's in the hospital and her surgery is going to cost 10 grand and I only have 5. I was wondering if you'd be willing to help me out. And when he said that, I was like, you're in. I got it. I like the way you think.
Wow.
For a 14-year-old to come up with that scenario.
I mean, you're like Yoda and this is like Skywalker. I mean, this is kind of
no.
fucking
It was kind of
insane.
ridiculous. I know. Kind of ridiculous.
I can only imagine if I'm working with a director and they're like, hey, listen. I'd be like, yeah, I got you. So you guys have met people that have been human trafficked before, like
I haven't.
that have been victims.
I have. I mean, we recently both did. Jen Spry,
Oh well, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we have.
That's right.
I've met them before.
What seems to be the message that they tell you after watching the film?
It's mainly been like gratitude for shining a light on this, because for so long nobody has.
Yeah, there's no voice.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's mainly been that. And, I think they've been horrified by the attention to detail, which they have felt has been spot on. So
Right.
that's been really, encouraging, obviously.
I have a filmmaker question for you.
All right.
You let your actors improv or not?
Of course.
Why? But there's some people that don't. Why is it that you tend to gravitate more towards the?
Okay, so I didn't
Improv.
start out like that. Like, because I know, when you're starting out, you're looking for your identity
Right.
as an artist, as a director.
Of course.
And what happened was I saw this thing on Tarantino, right, on how like specific he is. And I wrote commas for a reason. I saw this thing on Polanski and Rosemary's Baby and how he would move Mia Farrow's hand here and all this kind of stuff. So I was a little nervous, and I worked with this actor on this film, Jason Patrick. And
Oh, yeah. Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Yeah, Fucking love those boys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a scene in the movie where he's at the police station and the female cop comes in and she says, sir, you know, blah, 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 blah. And he says, well, I'd get down there and I'd investigate further. And she says, you know, we're not really supposed to do that. And I'm on the list. I'm number 2 on the list to make P3, which means I'm going to be promoted. And I then wrote this kind of mini monologue, kind of a Denzel Washington Training Day kind of thing that he says to her.
Yeah.
And they're in a room where they've got pictures of missing kids all over the wall. And Jason comes set and he was like, man, I'm not saying any of this crap. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, this is movie dialogue, Mo. This is not real. This is not what a real character or real person would say.
Wow.
And I'm like, what are you going to say? And he's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I need to know. Like, I'm about to shoot and you're not going to, like, what are we going to do? And we started getting into it. And he's like, listen, trust me, roll a take.
Wow.
And then let's see what happens. And if you don't like it, I'll say your Training Day stuff. You know what I mean?
He called it Training Day stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, all right.
Okay, Fuqua, let's
Yeah.
go.
Exactly. Actually, he didn't say Training Day stuff. He said a lot worse. So
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he? I mean, Training Day was nominated for Academy Award.
Yeah. But he wasn't referencing Training Day. He was just saying this,
Right.
whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm saying Training Day. That's me. That's on
Exactly.
me, right?
So I rolled the camera, and when she says the line, I'm number 2 on the list to make P3, what was a real great moment for me as a director, I literally saw him through the monitor discover in the moment his answer, and he looked up at one of the pictures of the kids and he goes, what number is he? What number is she? Wow. What numbers? And then it was cut and everyone looked at me and Jason looked at me. I was like, we'll go your way. So that was a big lesson for me.
Did that make it into the movie?
I think it did.
It
yeah.
did?
Is it? No, it didn't make it into
It
the movie.
didn't, because I didn't see that.
You're right. It didn't make it into the final cut.
But it was a great subtext at the end when you cut it. Okay, so good. Wait, how many locations did you guys shoot this in? What was it?
400 million.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think that's
I have no idea.
possible in 6 years. But but like you shot in Mexico, you shot in Cali. Was there anywhere else besides Cali and Mex?
Puebla.
No, Mexico. He didn't say Mexico.
Yeah, Puebla.
Yeah, but in
Mexico
Mexico we
City,
shot,
Morelos, like all these kind of places.
Morelos,
So
yeah.
and you got to shoot the soccer stadium, right?
Right. Puebla
Oh,
Stadium.
that must be really cool.
It's actually a coincidence.
Yeah.
Like
Because you're from Puebla.
I'm from Puebla.
You're from Puebla. You're from Puebla. Did that make you want to shoot in Puebla, or is it that you were going to shoot in Puebla and he was just there?
We had met with like owners of a bunch of the soccer stadiums,
Right.
and I just liked the stadium in Puebla, and we didn't have money, so the deal was that the lead kid would wear the jersey of the team, and in return they'd give us the stadium, and they'd put up our crew in hotels.
Got it.
That's how it came about. So it just so happened that he was from Puebla, which is like 2 hours from Mexico City, right, Ari? About
Like a
2 hours.
2-hour drive.
Sometimes 2.5, 3, depending on traffic.
Okay, so we're about to look at. You're giving us an exclusive clip.
Yes,
Yeah?
we are.
This is. I can't wait to see this. Thank you so much. Is it because
You're very
we're buddies, or is it because you're just promoting the film?
No, it's because you forced me.
I did.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a look, because Mo really went out of his way and he gave us this clip. So let's go ahead and take a look of this exclusive clip that the Gray Area Podcast has.
César! There he is. Ay, bello, mi amor, está el niño. Hey, ¿qué? Ay, little cabrón. Te crecieron pelitos ahí, una bolita, ¿no? Toma. Este es Jesús para que le enseñes su cuarto. Tell to your jefe que los cochinos ahí de la guardia te estaban pidiendo por lo menos 3,000. Puto. ¿Qué? Style. Lo que tú no tienes.
Come on, homie. Hey, it's okay. Watch your step. Watch out. Let's go. Come on, homie. It's cozy, right? Come on. on, homie. Let's go. Here's your spot. So, breakfast is at 6, first shift 6:30, lunch at noon, second shift 12:30, dinner's at 7, and last shift till 11, and boom, lights out at midnight. You know how we do, homie. You crush it.
Thank you for giving us,
Absolutely.
not only the trailer, but then that exclusive clip.
100%. This has been a lot of fun.
Has it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should do a shot.
Yeah, a shot. Let's do it. There's, hey guys,
I think we should end with a
actually,
shot.
I got to say this. There is a deal that we have shot breaks in here. So can we have a shot? Can we have some shots in here for Mo? Not for Ari, but for me and
water.
Mo. You have water. You can give us the water. For sure, it'll take me a second to get that. Okay, so we'll talk about something while they get us the shots. So we're getting some reposado and some blanco for us to have. Thank you so much. Here we go. So you believe we're all part of a collective?
I do.
An energy.
I do.
And then that's what a soul is. It gets dropped down.
But I'm saying
Change
I
the
believe
spirit
that,
soul.
but I'm not sure.
Right.
That's why when people say, ask me, well, do you believe in God or not? I say
Is
I don't
this
know.
something you think about all the time?
All the time. Every day.
Most people with high IQs, this is the part where they really spend a lot of their thought in.
I don't know. I think about what is holding everything.
What's your IQ? Is it like a 135?
I have no idea.
No, come on, no, don't lie. No, you know what it is.
I don't know. My IQ
Yeah.
It's in the low 40s.
Are you? I doubt it. I think you should take a test. Will you take an IQ test for the gray area?
No. No.
Oh, listen, when you guys are shooting, how long did it take you to shoot this movie?
Oh, it was shot over 3 years.
Really?
Yeah, we kept running out of money.
Really?
And so it was like, we shot 70 days over 3 years.
Okay, here it comes. Here
All
comes my
right,
producer.
thanks, buddy.
Here comes my producer.
Your gym buddy.
Yeah, no, this is my producer. We also train at the same gym. Wait, hold on. You got to cheers. Here you go. Hey, to having a great opening soon, yeah?
And to the gray area.
And to the gray area.
To the gray area.
Oh, and to the water. He has an extra tequila shot over there. All right, here we go.
All right. I'm sipping mine.
Are you sipping that? Why would you sip that? It's better if you just shoot it. Oh, this should be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, this is the first pod where I get drunk. This is the first pod where I get drunk. Oh, God, geez.
I also want to throw something out that I
Okay.
think is very important. And I want your viewers to know this. Like, obviously you and I met 7 years ago.
We did.
And we met through a common friend that neither of us talk to anymore.
Is a foe now. I mean, he's not a friend, but, whatever.
Yeah, he's not. It's cool, man. He's on his path, but
Of course.
he introduced me to you, and I ended up volunteering at your
Acting studio. Yes.
And that experience of working with beginner actors was almost a workshop for me. And I don't think this movie would be as good as it is, and I would have found and discovered a lot of tools and techniques in working with Ari if I hadn't done that. So I wanted to thank you for giving me that opportunity, because it really did help me.
It was so easy. Like,
and I wouldn't be here today
I'll
this
never,
podcast.
but I'll never forget what you told me. I never forget, because I was like down, and this is just kind of like letting everybody out. Like, I'm getting vulnerable here. Like, I was down. I wanted to quit. I wanted to give up the studio. I was going through a separation, and at the time, the creator of 2.5 Men and the showrunner had previously been teaching class, and he took a big chunk of my students, and it was just so kind of disheartening. But I'll never forget when you came in. You go, "I got you. We're gonna change this. We're gonna work on movie scenes, and I promise you, we'll build this up." And you came back all these years later, and you're back there again.
Absolutely.
And I just want to say thank you so much.
Of
And
course.
you brought me this movie star.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like,
Not a movie star.
thank you, God. That's the correct answer. Be humble. Be humble. But I mean, thanks for that. I mean, I really appreciate that. I kind of have my own path with the pod, and then the studio.
I want to say thank you too.
Oh, let's get
Thanks
this in.
to him.
Let's get this.
I'm
let's
with
get-
you.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. You're doing plays now.
I am, and it's
Dude,
really good.
Dude, I have him
love
reading
it.
A Tiger Wears a Necktie.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a difficult one.
It's not
really
supposed to
difficult.
be easy.
No.
I have no
not so-
idea what that is because I don't read plays, but that's awesome.
I had no idea. I had no
Yeah.
idea at all. But now that I'm reading it,
Yeah.
it's
Well, you're going to read scripts. You know, you got to read all these scripts. And when you
Yeah.
read good writing, sometimes good writing, like your writing, I'm pretty sure it went over people's heads sometimes. And so really good writing is really thought out, has a lot of subtext. And that's why we're doing that with you. But I mean, thank you. Thank you for trusting me. So appreciate
Absolutely.
that. Thanks for the shout.
Thanks a lot, Max. Of course.
He trusts me as an acting coach. Wait, hold on. What's your pet peeve as a director?
Oh, man. Honestly,
Actors that think they can act, that can't
no,
act?
no,
Okay, well,
not actors. Anybody that doesn't respect that being on a set and making movies is one of the greatest jobs in the world.
Right.
And we should be so grateful and thankful for it. And when they treat it like they're laying brick,
Yeah.
which some actors do, some crew people do, DPs, you know, like it doesn't matter. That drives me nuts.
The jadedness, yeah.
Because I want to be like, you could be laying brick, you could be doing something so much harder, and you've been blessed. You know how many people there are out there that wish they could do this?
Right.
You should get on your knees and be thankful every day
Yeah.
that you get to do this.
But do you think there's something to why they're so successful and they think the way they think? Because I mean, if you're grateful, because that's part of the process of manifestation, is to be grateful, and then you kind of get what you're like manifesting.
Right.
What is it that these people have done or doing that they're getting millions of dollars?
Well,
or
who said I'm talking about famous people? I mean, I'm
just saying. But some people that are very wealthy, they don't think like that. So what do you think they're doing that's
I
bringing that
wouldn't
together?
be able to answer that question unless we went and lived with them and analyzed their life.
Got
what I
it.
mean?
Got
I
it.
have no idea.
Could be karmic.
And right, exactly. But by the way, the people that I have engaged with who are wealthy and successful are grateful. So I'm talking about, you know, it's like you're never going to have a problem with, at least I haven't had a problem with someone who's up here. You know, I moved out here with Pierce Brosnan's son. You know, he was like an uncle to me. He helped me get my start. He's the most lovely human being you'll ever meet. And he was very generous and kind. It was those actors that were kind of in the middle or lower that behave like that. I haven't met anyone that
entitled of kind of.
No, I mean, look, I shot a music video with Luis Fonsi.
Yeah.
You know, Latin icon.
Yeah.
Worth tens of millions of dollars.
Billion streams on Despacito.
Yeah, very, very successful, very wealthy, very loved. Probably the most humble and generous and kind celebrity. You know, he communicates like I'm shocked and you know, like.
So your experience has been because of Tony Robbins too, like Tony, Vivek, Luis.
They've been amazing.
So they're all like very humble, grateful. Like they're move
not arrogant.
They move a certain way. They move a certain way. Got it. What's your pet peeve as an actor?
oof.
When you don't get to flirt with the girl at the lunch.
When directors don't know what they're doing.
Ondale.
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, it's controversial, but a good one.
That seems to be an inside joke between them that I'm picking up on.
I would say, when the directors do not understand what acting is. Oh my God, that's
right.
And Mo is really good at it because he's taken acting lessons. So
he's also worked with beginner actors directing.
He has the empathy of what an actor is feeling on set.
Right, for sure.
Yes, so he gives you all these tools that work for you as an actor.
Yeah, I've noticed that you kind of like want to get vulnerable and you want to hear their personal story to bring, because that's part of a process for you, isn't it?
That's very important.
So when an actor doesn't want to do that, they're like, hey, you can't talk to me, talk to my assistant, or like, you know, because you know, you might get that.
I've never worked with anyone in a position where it mattered that was like that, because in the end, I cast the actor, right?
Correct.
I get to say, so if I feel that, I'm like, you're not for me.
Not too many people have that kind of control though in the beginning of their career though.
I mean,
you're kind of like in this great, even though it took you more to get there, it seems, by, you know, the path of, you know, most resistance. But now it's kind of put you in this place where you get to be in control a little bit more. Yeah.
A little bit. I mean, I'm still just starting out. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm humble. Like,
I don't know. It kind of seems like it's going in that direction.
We'll see. You know, we'll see. I don't like to jinx it. I don't like to jinx it.
I'll be the promoter.
There you go.
What's next? What do you got to promote next? What's coming up for Mo next besides City of Dreams?
Look,
aside from City of Dreams.
Yeah, I have another movie that's set up called Asphyxia with Capstone Studios, but you know, and we're about to start casting, but I don't know if that's going to be next. You know, it's always about. I could get offered something tomorrow that's ready to go with an actor in place.
Right.
Like I don't until I have a signed contract and until I'm going to start pre-production, everything's up in the air. You know what I mean?
Right. Will there be a sequel to City of Dreams?
That depends.
Sequel?
That depends.
Come on. What?
It depends on how it does. I mean, I was initially like, can this movie really have a sequel? And I figured it. I did figure out a story that I really liked. And,
You did.
I figured out a story that
the
I really
kid
liked.
runs. He's a runner. He can take a beating, and he's a runner.
No more beatings.
No more beating. Wow.
He's transcended.
He's transcended. He's transcended into kicking and running.
Exactly.
What about you? What do you have next besides Tiger Wears a Necktie, the play that you're working on?
Well, I don't know either, but I may shoot a movie on November and another one next year. And if we do the sequel, well,
wow. I will say, say you do look like the younger version of Luis Fonsi. Like, you know, like, yeah, you could like.
Some people call me Eddie Fonsi.
Oh,
I'm
yeah?
just kidding.
Oh,
No,
yeah?
no, no.
Okay. Okay, social media. Let's have you guys, can you guys promote your social media? We'd like to know how to like support, comment,
Yeah,
follow.
totally. cityofdreamsmovie.com is our website.
Right.
There's 10 things you can do, how to help, join the fight, the mission. I would love it if everyone went to see the movie. It opens in theaters nationwide on August 30th.
Okay.
All over America. Wow. Find a theater near you. I don't have any socials, so I have nothing to promote.
Hold on. You know, they always say like that's a red flag these days if somebody doesn't have a social. Why don't you have a social?
Green flag.
So to me, the reason I don't have any socials, because it's a red flag to me that somebody would say it's a red flag to not have any socials. So it makes my life really easy. Because I really enjoy being alone.
I'm just saying what other people are saying.
Oh, I agree.
No, I mean I've been told like when
it's my way to weed those people out of my life.
I've turned off my Instagram before, and they're like, "Hey, this is a red flag. You have no Instagram." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like I'm just trying to take a break."
Well, I'm not very good. I'm kind of a lone wolf. I'm not very good at doing what society does.
Okay,
I've never been good at doing what society does. You know, I mean, George Clooney doesn't have any socials.
Yeah, John Cena posts like the craziest pics too, and Leo actually does nothing but like environmental stuff.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Socials.
I just have Instagram.
Okay, what's this?
Arilo15.
Okay,
ARILOA 15.
ARILOA 15.
Yeah,
Why
just
15?
Instagram.
Why 15?
Because I was born on December 15th. Yeah. Yeah, that's why. And
there you go.
There you go.
I'm not. I mean, I'm not that active on social media. I just post
So
whatever
if you
City
DM
of Dreams posts.
If you DM him, he's not going to reply.
I may reply.
He may reply.
I don't post like what I'm eating or what I'm wearing. You know.
Oh, have you guys ever gone out to eat and then somebody's like taking a picture of the food, and you're just kind of like.
That's a red flag. That's a red flag. Not having social media is a green flag because you're putting as a priority your mental health, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's it's theaters are like, is it theaters nationwide?
We're in LA, so it's at the Grove.
Okay,
It'll
cool.
be at the Grove on Friday. And it's at a lot of theaters. It's got a wide theatrical release.
Thank you for coming. I want to thank you for coming also.
Thank you so
hopefully
much.
This was a pleasant experience. You had fun.
I had fun.
You had
drank
fun?
tequila.
We had a shot before we started too. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
He was
right.
like, shots. I think Mo fired somebody before we started the podcast. Did you fire somebody?
No.
You were about to fire somebody.
No.
How many assistants have you fired? No, come
Not
on.
that many. My assistant's
that
awesome.
many.
Cooper's awesome.
At least 3. Okay, guys, I want to thank you for coming on to the Greater Podcast and checking out Mo and Ari. Go watch this movie. It's a great movie. You're gonna really come out of it thinking for a while. I'm still thinking about what I saw. But thank you again for the movie, and thank you for coming on.
You.
And remember, thank Thank you. Like and subscribe, Gray Area Podcast here at the Greatest of Everything Network. Thank you for your support and see you again.
See you soon.
See you
Awesome.
soon. See you soon.